Ugh. I wonder if the dollar store has any of those. I should have checked. Let me see. Genie outbreak. Is there any fancy outbreaks happening? Can I back out? No, I can't back out anymore. There's a Silly Cobra. There's a Phanpy. Antler, Dunsparce. Pikachu. Volby. Graveler. Spinarak. Minion. Minior. Caesar. Rhyhorn. Anyway. I think you can go to the Poke Portal. What was it? Mystery Gift. Check News Portal. You're not connected to the internet. Internet updates received. Sure. So now, are there anything special on here? Yep, there's a Talonflame, or Fletchinder, rather. And then over here, there's a Starly. Staraptor's a pretty cool shiny. Starly's a little bit hard to see, but I wouldn't mind hunting for that. Ooh, and Pikipek. Pikipek's also a really good shiny. I actually kind of want to go for the Finneon, though hunting things in the water is kind of annoying. I think I might shoot for a Starly. We might just shiny hunt a Starly. Hello, Unchained. See you later, Unchained. Have an amazing stream, Unchained. Thank you, Tree. We're doing a little test stream because I thought today was Sunday, and I don't usually stream on Sunday. So, I was like, fuck. I was planning to record YouTube videos today, and then I was like, fuck. And then I had to set up my capture cards. You guys are testing out my capture card with me. Like, the capture card, I know works. Finally got it to work, but it's the new computer. The annoying thing about it is apparently my computer has no USB 3 slots on it at all. And the only thing that it has is two USB-Cs that count. And so I had to find... So basically, I'm like, I don't have a USB-C cable. Like a USB-C to USB-C. So I'm gonna... Like, I don't know what to do. And then I have a hard drive with some stuff on it. And I was like, oh, shit. That has a USB-C to USB-C cable. So I tried that out. It's working. And now I just need to buy another USB-C to USB-C for that hard drive. Okay, we're gonna go to the terrarium. And now we're gonna shiny hunt. Nope, that's not what I wanted. Nope, that's not what I wanted. It's been a long time since I played this game. Let's go to Kitakami. Gotta find a good spot to hunt. Probably here, honestly. I don't know if we'll do Pokemon for the whole stream, but we'll at least do it for a while. If I had known I would have done... Like, I was doing a ton of grinding on different games. I would have done that. It's really funny looking at this game now, because I'm like, I don't know if it's just bad quality on the capture card, or if my monitor is like just such better quality now that it like looks a lot worse than what it was. Two, three, four, five, six, seven, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. We're trying to get to 60. 21, 22, 23, 4, 25, 26, I think we're at. 27, 28, 29, will be 30, 1, 2, 3. Oh, that's a shiny right there. Is it? No. Damn. I don't know why I thought that was a shiny. Don't learn moves. Alright, we're gonna do the thing where I don't count. Because I lose count too often. Go attack it. I honestly don't really remember how Shiny Starly looks. I'm pretty sure it just looks more brown. Like a different color brown. Maybe it'll be more obvious when I actually see it. Especially if it's standing next to one of them. I just know that Staraptor's shiny looks pretty nice. Like, to me, that looks shiny, but it's obviously not. I think we gotta go for the next message on here. So it's like, it's definitely getting lower. I think we do in the next message. Like, again, to me, this one looks shiny. Got a grubbin thread. My friend and I, we've been doing this where we'll just like kind of shiny hunt together. We'll run around the terrarium and stuff. And dude. We'll run around the terrarium together with shiny sparkling 1 from the... Okay, not many left. I think is what we're supposed to be at, but we could have done too many. But I don't think we want to get any more. No. Okay, this is going to be the tough part. So then we picnic, and then we should be able to find it. One of my favorite ways to shiny hunt was just to get a bunch of different Pokemon and then get a Ditto and breed the Ditto with a bunch of different Pokemon and see which one like comes out of an egg shiny. I'm pretty sure I got a shiny Fuecoco by doing that. This is probably not the best place to shiny hunt Starly, to be honest. You're not shiny, are you? I feel like I'm gonna mess up. I should look up shiny Starly. Shiny Starly. Yeah, it looks basically the same except like brown instead of gray. And the beak's a little bit more yellow. Okay. That's like definitely more gray and black. Alright, yeah, I think the beaks and stuff, instead of being orange, are more yellow. It's honestly hard to tell from far away. I was doing a lot of Zenless Zone Zero grinding today because I was grinding not only my own stuff, but Mems is on vacation, and I said that if she wanted me to, I'd play on her account and try to get her pulls so she can get Astra. And I got her 20 pulls, which I feel like is a pretty decent amount. I'll try to get more tomorrow as well. Nope. Try to get her more tomorrow. I love Hatterene. I got her 20 of the main banner pulls. I got 10 of the regular banner. And I got like 20 on the other... on the bunny banner. The bag of booze. The scary part about shiny hunting sometimes is like, it's a very rare occurrence. It's almost borderline an irrational fear. But one of my things is like, what if I get 2 shinies that spawn next to each other? And so I think it looks like, oh, those are just the regular Pokemon, but they're actually both shinies. I'm mainly looking at their beaks and stuff. I'm excited for Legend ZA because I'm thinking of maybe bringing up some Pokemon from this game into that game if they allow it. At some point for like DLC stuff potentially or post-game stuff if they have any of that, because Legends Arceus didn't really have that. And I like to make a different team based on like what I'm doing, if it's, you know, DLC or something. So I'm thinking it'd be cool if I had like a post-game team to bring some Pokemon from this game into that game. And since it's gonna have Mega Evolution, it would be kind of cool to bring our Caesar there, because she'll be able to Mega Evolve. That's a shiny Grubbin, is it not? No. No. It just looks really red from here. See, it's been a long time since I played this game, so everything's gonna look shiny to me. Also, my mom made me laugh today because she was like, oh, you know, I thought it would be nice and I would go check, you know, the Pokemon Center website to see if there's any cute Pokemon plushes for Valentine's Day, you know? Maybe get something for you. And I was like, for Valentine's Day? I'm like, okay. I mean, that's nice of you, but kind of strange. You know, I'll never complain about getting a plushie, but I'm just like, looking for stuff for me for Valentine's Day? All right. And she was like, and I saw this one. I'm like, oh, this one looks new. This one's nice. Guess how much is it? I'm like, oh. And she showed me a picture of the Gardevoir, and I was like, oh, it's, yeah, that's a life-sized plushie. And she's like, oh, is that what it is? Because it's $500. And I'm like, yeah. And I was like, if I had $500 and I knew I wouldn't get judged, I would totally get it. She's like, oh, you would be judged. And I'm like, yeah, that's why I don't have $500, and I know I'd be judged for getting it. And of course it starts raining. I would love to shiny hunt a Smoliv as well. Is that? No, every time though. Every time I feel like it is. Every single time. And before this Trevenant just shows up shiny. I don't know how the shiny stuff works for the sparkling Pokemon. I hate how the lighting does everything. Especially now that it's sort of darker out. Double checking that one. They have like a yellow, like all the Pokemon have like a yellow glow to them right now. I was very disappointed today because a lot of the times when I go to like a dollar store, they have sort of these. You can get like these pre-made Pokemon packs or Yu-Gi-Oh cards, and they usually have them there. And I have not seen them forever. And I was so excited today because we were going to the Dollarama, and I was like, I'm gonna buy some Yu-Gi-Oh cards. Like, I've kind of been in the Yu-Gi-Oh mood recently. Um, I've been kind of into the Yu-Gi-Oh mood recently, and I don't play Yu-Gi-Oh. I just like collecting the cards, and I really like the bulk cards. That's a shiny. Alright. I'm gonna T-Wave it just to see if it because it might have like a takedown or something. It uses agility. Alright, I don't necessarily want to try and hit it with False Swipe yet. I'm gonna shoot for... I'm gonna shoot for a Great Ball. I feel like this would look good in a Great Ball. I think we just crit captured it. Nice. But, I like buying, like, the bulk cards, because there's, like, usually 50 cards for, like, $5 at a dollar store for Yu-Gi-Oh! Doesn't have any ribbons, damn. Sweet. Sent to the boxes. And, like, I just like buying the bulk packs, because you never know what you're gonna get. And, like, I've had 2 instances where I've went for a bulk pack, gotten cards that I've never heard of that are, like, really cool, and I like how they look. And I've gone points where I've, like, gotten a bulk card, and, like, there's 2 or 3 cards that I know. So... It's kind of a cool, like, it's kind of a fun little... It's fun no matter what, because you're gonna get something, you're gonna get something cool at the end of the day, or something that looks good, or something that you know. But I was super excited to buy Yu-Gi-Oh cards today, and they just did not have any. And I haven't seen, like, I haven't seen the Yu-Gi-Oh cards there in a long time, so... I'm trying to save myself from just buying Yu-Gi-Oh cards off the internet, because I keep looking up old cards I used to have, and, being like, oh, I should, you know, I should get this card, you know? It's only $2, you know, it's like, I don't need it. Because, I have a really worn Pokemon, or a Yu-Gi-Oh card called Harpy's Brother, and he was my favorite Yu-Gi-Oh card ever, which is why it's well worn. It's just this, like, it's basically a dude, like, edgelord looking dude crossing his arms with, like, black wings in the background. He has, like, a red bandana on and stuff. And you know, I was an edgy kid. I loved edgy shit. He looked cool to me, and I was like, that guy's, like, my favorite card. And it also helped that he had, like, 1900 attack, so he was pretty decent for the time. But then also on top of that, he was a Harpy, and I liked the Harpies as an archetype. Fast forward to now, Harpy Brother doesn't exist. When they reprinted him, they called him Sky Scout. So he's not, like, there is no Harpy's brother anymore, so I was looking online for, like, Harpy's brother, and people were selling it for, like, you know, $2, $1, and I was like, maybe I should pick it up, you know? But I didn't, because I don't need it. But I have like a dual disc, the shit that they used to use in the animated duel, like the fucking shit Seto Kaiba made. I have one of those. I got it years ago at a thrift store for like $10, which I was super excited for. I thought it was the coolest shit. And so I have that set up like displayed in my room, and then where you put the deck, I have just my Harpy's brother sitting there, kind of sticking out as sort of just a display piece. I would love to get back into Yu-Gi-Oh! I just think that it's too confusing nowadays, and I feel like the main struggle with Yu-Gi-Oh! Is just remembering all the cards and trying to figure out which, like, what cards do what. Because I'll watch Yu-Gi-Oh! YouTubers all the time play, like, modern Yu-Gi-Oh! And even they will be like, someone will play a card and they'll be like, what the hell does that do? And it's like, oh, it does, like, you kind of have to know what every card is. And obviously there's going to be, like, a meta, so you're going to learn, you know, the same 50 cards. But you need to, like, you still need to learn those cards. You need to know what they do. You need to know how to, like, do things in the sequence in each step. Though watching a lot of Yu-Gi-Oh! made me, like, rediscover my love of card games. Like, I've always loved card games. I like collecting cards. But I was like, when I was younger, I used to make my own cards. And we had sort of a card game that was just ostensibly Yu-Gi-Oh! And I would draw my own cards with my friends and stuff. And we would give them, like, different abilities and things, and I was just like, I was thinking about making a card game again, or at least trying to. I have some formula down, and I made a bunch of, like, card concepts, but I think the hardest part for me when designing a card game is, like, a big part of card games is deck building, and I've never been good at deck building. So, trying to make, like, a trial deck or 2 trial decks to test out the game is difficult because I don't know what is, like, a good way of making a deck. Like, I don't know, like, looking at the rules that I made, I don't even know what a good way to make a deck is or how to play. So I did, like, one test game by myself, and it was kind of boring and clunky. So if I ever go into it again, I'll have to think of some different ideas to make it better. Because what it ended up being was just basically we wouldn't draw enough of the creature cards, and we would just be beating each other down with, like, one card. And it kind of got boring from there. But I also think the problem with my card game right now is I, like, got excited, had this idea, made this concept, started working on it, and then after I, like, set it up and everything, it's not the exact same, but it's very similar in some ideas and concepts to the V cards, which is like a VTuber card game that has come out apparently. I like a lot of it. So, like, they have, like, mascots that do certain things for characters, and really the only thing that I have in a similar concept is that I have, like, level 1 or level 0 cards that are just based off mascots of characters. Because my idea for my game was, I mean, like, I have no fresh ideas, so whenever I think about stuff, I usually just think, like, what if I just made a card game, but with my friends, lol, you know, kind of thing? So that was what I did. I was like, I'm gonna design a bunch of, like, card archetypes based on my friends and, like, give them different abilities. He does have takedown. My intellect is massive. I'm gonna catch this one in a luxury ball. Luxury ball. I did not mean to do that. You don't have a ribbon. It also has Final Gambit. I'm pretty sure that just knocks the Pokemon out. Tomorrow, or maybe even later tonight, I'm definitely going to start recording Xenoblade 3 again, which, if anybody's interested, is a series that we do on my YouTube channel specifically. I don't ever stream it or anything. It's YouTube specific, exclusive, if you will. And I haven't played it in like months because I had a good schedule where I was getting a bunch of the videos out every other day, basically. And then I got really sick, had to go to the doctor, do all this nonsense, and it just, like, killed my motivation to do it, because I didn't want to do anything, and then also got me out of the groove, and then after that, I finally get back to feeling slightly better, get back into the groove, and then immediately Marvel Rivals comes out, takes me out, start playing that only, basically. And so the hardest part with stuff like that is not even that it's like, you know, oh, it's time and I gotta take time to do it. It's finding the motivation, because a lot of the times I just have no motivation to actively set everything up. So then I don't set things up. And then I never get it done, so I finally had some motivation today. Let's hope I keep it going in tomorrow. But I probably shouldn't have even streamed today. This would probably be a really short stream. But I was reminded by my friend, they're like, what are you going to stream today? And I'm like, fucking nothing. It's Sunday. And then I looked at the date, and I was like, huh? Like, I'm like, why is it Saturday? I could have sworn yesterday was Saturday, but it must have been because I started so late that when I looked at the clock, it said Sunday. And I just was like, oh, well, it's Sunday, obviously. But it's probably midnight. I still think I'm going to save Soul Hackers 2 for next week. We could always do some Minecraft or something. I do need to grab the headphones of this and actually see if the audio sounds good on this end, because I haven't really had anyone to tell me. Because if it's too loud for the music or too quiet... That's actually sounded pretty good. It could even be turned up slightly a bit, if anything, but I think that sounds good. I'll probably keep it that way. Ugh. I almost even did a movie night in the Discord today. Maybe I'll stream for a little bit, do a movie or something. The funniest thing, or the saddest thing about, depending on how you look at it, about Xenoblade right now is that I stopped recording it on like one of the biggest cliffhanger sort of things ever. Like, this thing is going to explain so much in the story, and I haven't played it in like a month. Like, the climax is approaching rapidly. So I feel bad for any of the people that were like super excited for it. Okay, I'm gonna just go. I also want to see if I have my mouse here. Exit full screen. You guys won't see it. Show sidebars. Okay. Let's do. Okay, can we just? I hate that it's doing that. Can I just do like this? I'm just gonna keep clicking this. Sorry if it's like turning on and off for you. Okay. Oh, my friend is playing Pokemon Violet. I think he recently got Pokemon Scarlet and Violet, or his friend got Scarlet and he got Violet, which I feel is so nice. When you can get a friend to get the opposite game, is really nice. Way back in the beginning of Scarlet and Violet, it was really funny because I have a friend that also really likes Pokemon. Not the, well, including the guy that just popped up, but my friend and I were like, we don't always do it, but we usually like talk about which version of the game we're gonna get. And when the games got announced, he was like, I think I'm gonna get Violet. I'm like, okay, I'm probably gonna get Scarlet. I think that's probably what I'm gonna get. And I really like, I'm like, I like everything I've seen so far of Scarlet, you know. And they're like, well, I'm gonna get Violet, so that's perfect. I'm like, okay, cool. And then fast forward, you know, how many days before the like, it's literally like a week before the release, and they're like, I think I'm gonna get Scarlet. And I'm like, okay, me too. And like, but what about the version exclusives? And I'm like, dude, I've said I was gonna get Scarlet like day one. You're the one that's changing. And they're like, I know, but like, what about the version exclusives? And I was like, yeah, I'll get it from somewhere else, I guess. And he's like, okay. And then that's what we ended up doing. We both got Scarlet. But it's just really funny to me because I'm just like, he's like, but what about, you know, this? It's like, well, dude, I told you what I was doing. Dude, I love Ralts so much. I love that Ralts continues to be in this game. My favorite Pokemon. Pokemon Day is coming up. I really hope that they show us something good. If they don't show us anything, that's when I'm gonna get concerned. If they don't show us anything for Legends ZA, that's when I get concerned. Because they should be showing us stuff at this point. I honestly might pop in Legends Arceus to do some shiny hunting, because I haven't done that in a while. I don't know if they still are doing... I don't know if they're still doing the rare Terra raids for Shiny Rayquaza. I've not been into doing like the Terra raids, mainly because you kind of usually need a team to do it, like of people, and I don't really like doing that. And you also kind of need a Pokemon built for that. I feel like, you know what, I was gonna go over to this one, but I feel like there wouldn't be a poison type for Shiny Rayquaza. Poltergeist. Finisher. Poltergeist. And then I was also talking to Flair because we were discussing God Eater. Because last night when I finished Code Vein, I was talking to him about, like, I might get into God Eater because Code Vein takes place in God Eater's universe. And he's like, if you do, you know, like, hit me up. I have the first 2 games or whatever. And I was like, cool. That'd be sick. And then, because I'm a nerd and I want to try and, like, make a big overarching lore to everything that I do, I was talking about, like, where it fits into my lore and stuff, and I was doing, like, deep dives online after stream trying to figure out, like, the timeline of God Eater games with Code Vein, where it works out for me because God Eater happens God Eater happens after / God Eater 1 takes place at a similar time as Code Vein, so I can say, like, well, it happens before, so, like, my guy leaves and goes, you know, and has a family or whatever, and then that's God Eater 1's character, and then in God Eater 2, you know, we have a different person. The only problem is that God Eater 1, 2, and 3 all have different protagonists that all mean, like, different, or are all different people, but you can, like, make them your character. So I don't know if I might do the first one as, like, the guy's son, like a Code Vein's son person, but then I don't know what I'll do with the other ones. How's it going? Oh my god. Dragon Bike, exactly. We're kind of just chilling, chatting about random nonsense. I was shiny hunting a bit. I got 2 shiny Starlies, because there's, like, an event going on that lets you have a higher chance of getting a Starly. So I was doing some shiny hunting. I got this Starly and this Starly. But I've just been kind of chilling and talking. I'm talking about my big nerd lore because we finished Code Vein yesterday. I forgot today was Saturday, so I didn't know I thought it was Sunday. I thought yesterday was Saturday, so I was like, I'm gonna not stream anything today because it's Sunday and I don't usually stream. And then my friend texted me, like, what are you streaming today? And I'm like, fucking, it's Sunday. And I'm like, oh, well, apparently I time traveled. So now I'm just kind of running around talking about nonsense, but we're talking about the lore, because if you've been around the block a few times, you'll hear me talk about the Masu lore, as we like to call it, where basically every character from every game we play on stream, or not every game we play on stream, but most games we play on stream, fit into some sort of timeline, and each character is related to the other characters in some way, or there's some sort of roundabout way of, like, how they're not related, but related in, you know, maybe not by blood, but, like, adopted or something like that. And so since we finished Code Vein, I was trying to figure out where I wanted to put Code Vein in the timeline, and then Code Vein takes place in a game called God Eater's universe, and then I was thinking, well, Code Vein was a lot of fun. I know God Eater's a lot different, but it kind of gets me interested in that world. So if I get into God Eater, you know, where would that fit on the timeline comparatively? And because we have Code Vein, in the timeline. We'd kind of have a place fit out for it. Loved God Eaters, but Wilds. I'm not super excited for Wilds so far. I haven't really looked into it. I stopped looking into it after I saw the price tag. No, I stopped looking into it after they showed off the weapons, and I just saw that they gutted the insect glaive, and I was like, yeah, I don't know if I'm gonna pick up that one for a little bit. That one's definitely an in a few years game. How you doing, Rize? Wilds is definitely in a few years I'll pick it up. Because there's already a bunch of games that I want to get that I don't even have the money for. Join me in Longsword and Dual Blade Supremacy? Maybe. I do like Longsword. I do like Longsword a lot. And I heard that from Flare that they kind of want you to play multiple weapons. Like 2 different weapons. So maybe I would do like Longsword or Dual Blade with like a bow. But I was talking about my nerd lore because we finished Code Vein. And so I have like a whole I have this whole timeline already planned out, but then it's really funny because I have games on the timeline that fill in spots that we haven't even played yet. Like I have been planning where Shin Megami Tensei 5 Vengeance goes for years now. I did it before I even owned the game. So I have that planned out for where that goes on the Masu timeline. Because that one's going to be kind of the Great Reset where, you know, I don't know how it ends because I've never played the game and I obviously don't need people telling me how it ends. But if it ends anything like SMT5 does, there's going to be some sort of big reset where we recreate the world. So depending on that, on what world gets recreated, will determine when/where it gets put on the timeline. It's basically going to be in the middle right now, at least. You want to do bow more? It'd be kind of... Yeah, I feel like bow's kind of a cool weapon to learn. I really like the cool mounts in the game. The, like, chocobo-looking motherfuckers. I think are really cool. That game is definitely something I'm going to pick up, considering that me and my friends played Monster Hunter Rise for, like, literally years. Like, we played it forever. We were playing it up until last year, basically, and we pick it up every once in a while. I don't know if we'll pick it up this year again, but we literally played years of Monster Hunter Rise. So, I have, like, 200 hours in it. So... Probably 300. Let's see. How many hours do I have in Monster Hunter Rise? That's not helpful. Monster Hunter Rise. I've 500 hours. Never mind. I have 557 hours in Monster Hunter Rise. So yeah, like Wilds is probably gonna be something I pick up later down the line. But I'm gonna wait until maybe it goes on sale. Because every game, not even just Monster Hunter Wild, every game is too expensive now. With how shit's going down in the world, everything is too expensive. So I'm not gonna get into Wilds until I get a lot more money. Because fuck that. I'm still reeling from the Code Vein ending. I really liked it. It made me sad, but I really liked it. Code Vein is a phenomenal game, honestly. I liked it way more than I thought I would. And then the next game on the docket will be Soul Hackers 2, which takes place in... I don't actually know anything about Soul Hackers 2. All I know is it takes place not necessarily in the universe of SMT, but like similar, because the demons in Soul Hackers are SMT demons. So you get people, you know, like all your favorite SMT ones, like Pyrojack, Jack Frost, you know, Naga, all the fun ones. And it's a turn-based. It's sort of like, it seems like a mixture almost of Persona and an SMT game. So I'm very excited for it. I hope it's a good game, because it looks very pretty. I'm excited for it. We're gonna be doing a lot of SMT games this year, because I have Persona 5 Royal as well, which I've played Persona 5, but I've never played Royal, so that's gonna be exciting. Apparently, though, Royal only has like a different ending, which I'm kind of disappointed to hear, because I thought it had a lot of different stuff. It has apparently a lot of quality of life stuff, but the the bulk of the game is kind of the same. You got to do a specific thing to get the extra added stuff. So we'll look into that. But either way, it's going to be fun. And then SMT5 Vengeance will probably play after all of those games, depending on how Flare feels, because Flare is working on / like, you know, whenever he wants to, you know, like setting up a mod for us that allows us to edit like the colors and textures of creatures in the game, because I saw him doing it and it looked really cool. So he said he's gonna think of trying to make me a mod. If he can't do it, that's okay. And if it takes him a long time, we got so many games we gotta play, so it does not even matter when he finishes it. But I'm like, if he somehow finishes it or happens to finish it before we play like something, like I'll hop onto SMT5 immediately. But until then, I got a lot of things to keep me entertained. I don't know why there's a lot of poison, like, Terra raids over here. The special, like, 5-star or 6-star Terra raids or whatever. They're all, like, poison type. Wish I could sit better, because I always feel like my neck is tilted down. But I think that might just be what, like, where my monitor is set. Let's see. Yeah, I'm like, it's not gonna be the Rayquaza. I think I missed the Rayquaza. I think I'm probably gonna end stream. This was always gonna be a short stream. I don't know if I'm going to raid anyone. I think I'm just gonna chill. But I think you guys should have a good night, and I will see you guys on Monday on YouTube for actual stream and not just a test. Sorry that I forgot about this. Hope you guys have a good night. Bye. Matane. Bye bye.